a search warrant!
Being an NCIS case agent is a very personal commitment. You have to make sacrifices. It takes you away from your loved ones. So it's just a singular focus on pursuing justice.
This was a once-in-a-lifetime case. Some of the darkness and some of the twisted motivations behind this case was overwhelming. April 2012, NCIS had assigned me to be a liaison to the San Diego Sheriff's Homicide Department. I was working cold case homicides and any active homicides that had some involvement with the Navy Marine Corps.
Over the course of this investigation, you lived the case. Brittany Kilgore was the wife of a Marine.
Brittany was a very young, attractive girl. She was 22 years old. She was very naive, came from a very small town, and so she had very few friends, and she was alone in California, very far from home.
Brittany lived in a town called Fallbrook, California. It was about 40 minutes north of downtown San Diego, and it was just outside of Marine Base Camp Pendleton. Her husband was deployed. He was in Afghanistan. And at the time, their relationship wasn't the best, and she had decided that she wanted a divorce and was going to move back home.
She was packing. She gets this unexpected visitor who shows up at her door, Luis Perez. Someone who she knew was a casual acquaintance.
Luis Perez was 47 years old. He was a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps.
And he was inviting her to go on a cruise, a dinner cruise called the Hornblower Cruise.
And she just told him, no, I don't want to go. I'm moving. And then Luis Perez said, well, I'll help you move if you go on the dinner cruise with me.
She said no multiple times to Perez. She told him she didn't want to go. She didn't feel comfortable with him. She obviously had that gut feeling.
And he basically propositions her again, go on this cruise with me, and I'll get you some Marines to come and help you move your things.
Perez had a girlfriend, Dorothy Maraglino.
She did not want to go on what seemed like a dinner date with someone else's boyfriend. She was worried how that would look. Lewis had Dorothy get in touch with Brittany and say, it's okay with me, I was going to go, I don't feel good, you can go on this cruise.
So after Brittany gets the approval of Dorothy, she agrees to go on the dinner cruise with Luis Perez. Brittany had no idea what she was getting into that night.
At 7:40 p.m. on Friday night, April the 13th, Luis Perez drives into the apartment complex where Brittany lives. She comes down, gets inside his vehicle, he drives away, and within 10 minutes of getting into his vehicle, she reaches out to her friend and says, help.
Luis Perez had two lives going on. He had dual lives.
Luis Perez did have a dark past. This was no 50 Shades of Grey at all.
I will never understand why that she didn't listen to her gut. Evil doesn't look like evil.
Brittany was never going to get on that cruise. They were never going to make that cruise. In fact, they never even left Fallbrook.
The NCIS mission is global.
We're on aircraft carriers, we're in foreign ports.
We watch after each other, we take care of each other.
NCIS deal with every type of crime. Cyber, fraud, murder.
General crimes, counterintelligence, counterterrorism.
Every crime is a tragedy. Involves sisters, brothers, husbands.
That's the only way to find the truth.
We live in dangerous times, and we're never going to give up.
NCIS, the cases they can't forget.